plan is to work my way over to that woodlot. It's that calm, so the wind is in our favor. I'll need to stalk about 200 meters down the track on the left, cross the creek at the bridge, and then observe animals from the edge of the hunting area over there, roughly that direction. The sun hasn't come up yet, so it should be harder to spot. Sure, I could approach the area from the east and keep the sun in the animals' eyes, basically, but I reckon the wind would be against me on that side. Besides, I couldn't probably check this section of the hunting area without spooking the game I'm interested in watching, so that's the reason why I have to go this direction. I need to tread lightly and keep the gravel from crunching under my boots. Those aren't natural sounds out here, and the sharp noise like that could put every animal in the area on alert, and I don't want that because I want to spot the game. There is a road behind me now, and then a car passes by. That's actually useful because the game is accustomed to that noise, to that background noise, so I can use it to cover my own movements and time the noisier parts of the stalk, of the movement here in the area, like crossing a stream or stepping over obstacles, that sort of thing. I spent some time glassing the hunting ground here to make sure there weren't any animals out in the open, because I don't want to spook nobody. It looks clear. I think we can move on a bit. I need to get over behind those woods. Last time I skirted the edge and stayed off the well-used deer trail, but it was a terrible mistake because the vegetation over there was rustling everywhere and I made far too much noise. This time I will try cutting across the field here, a bit more into the woods there, and then slip into the middle of that small wood. If everything goes according to the plan, I'll pick up the trail in the middle of the little wood over there and follow it all the way to the ridge line, which is right now not really visible. You can just see that there are like dense patches of the sky coming through the wood line, so this is basically marking kinda the shape of the ridge line I want to get to. From there I should be able to watch the game grazing in the field with the sun behind the deer and shining on them, exposing them basically. The wind is still favorable, so we'll see how it goes. Over there I've spotted an animal on the far side of the stream. It didn't see me because I was concealed behind the wildlife corridor. Basically I'm screened by this shelter belt, but I can't really do anything about that piece because this is already a different neighboring hunting ground. But it is nice to see that there is wildlife in this little tiny valley, following the path of the creek basically. I need to tread lightly between the rows so I don't trample the crops. I was scouting here a month ago or so and it was completely bare. The entire field was bare. It is crazy how fast this cover shot up. We are out here in the open, so I don't want to stay here any longer than possible. Because if the road deer spot me and start barking, they will spook the pieces I'm actually trying to get my eyes on. Here's the entry point into the timber. There should be a well-worn game trail around here somewhere that I need to pick up and then proceed further on it. There are plenty of tracks here, but they are stale. Still, what else could it be but road deer, right? The main thing is that they are leading from up the creek where I just jumped the deer a minute ago, heading straight toward the thicket. If I follow these tracks that way, I should cut the main trail somewhere. Let's go, cause the sun is getting higher. I made it into the thicket, but I don't see any signs of animals here. This looks like the bedding area, but there's absolutely no fresh sign of animals around. It's highly possible that this spot has been cold for a while now. So this is the place where the brawl begins. I need to stalk light on my feet so I don't spook the game here. It's roughly 4:30 in the morning. People are waking up and there's plenty of traffic passing by, mainly cars or buses. It can actually work in my favor as some cover noise. So this is the trail I was looking for. You can see the sunrise breaking through the canopy back there, about 50 meters out. I need to creep my way up to the tree line and I hope I catch some game out in the open. I see something out there. From that distance I can't tell, is it a leaf or a shape of an animal? I made it to the wood line, but unfortunately there's no game inside. I'm going to sit tight for a bit and see if anything steps out. But either way, it's just a great experience being out here. Well, it turns out that the only animal I managed to track down is the snail right here. So let's talk about the monster trophy of this day. The whole point of today's talk was to reach this exact spot. Theoretically, it would make an excellent shooting position if it wasn't for the village over in that direction behind the hill. Other than that, it's exactly what you would look for. The terrain here is really rolling, with plenty of hills and slopes that would provide a perfect backstop under the right conditions, especially if you were shooting from a tree stand. Wow, finally. There is a bird of prey hovering over those trees behind me. I have absolutely no idea what kind of animal it is. It may be something big, some sort of a raptor bird, maybe a kestrel, but I don't know. It is too big for a kestrel, in my honest opinion. It doesn't hover in one spot in the air. I think it can be like a common buzzard or something like this. Whatever it is, it definitely doesn't need these little birds. Otherwise, they wouldn't be flying around here so happily. And that is the end of today's stalking. I didn't see much, but still, it's a great experience just being out here in the forest, watching nature. So maybe more luck next time.